What's going on, Bulls fans? Welcome to another episode of Chicago Bulls Central, your number one spot for everything Chicago Bulls related. On today's episode, we got a game against the Bucks coming up. We got to talk about what the Bulls can do against the Milwaukee Bucks. I already know there's going to be a lot of Bulls fans who respond to that question with nothing. There's no chance the Bulls win. The Bulls record against top teams, all of that. But we're going to talk about that and some more right after the intro.
You are now tuned in to Chicago Bulls Central, your number one place for all Chicago Bulls news and content.
All right, Bulls fans. So, as we all know, as I said in the intro, the Bulls face the Milwaukee Bucks tonight on ESPN. On top of that, we know how it's gone with the Bulls when they play on national TV or TV at all to begin with. So, this game coming into this, I know, and I said it in the intro, there's going to be a lot of Bulls fans who come to this game not expecting much from the Chicago Bulls. And I understand it, right? This is not to talk down. This is not to, even be antagonistic towards the pessimistic Bulls fans. Because as I've said on videos before, at this point, I understand every single bit of pessimism that any fan has when it comes to the Chicago Bulls. I mean, you'd be crazy not to understand the pessimism that a lot of fans have and share, and with how things have gone on with this team since the All-Star break. Now, with all that being said, the Bulls need to show something, right? I think we all know that. I said it before that I'm past the point of predicting wins, losses, anything like that. I want to see this team compete. Until we see this team compete consistently, give the same type of effort defensively, offensively, consistently, it's hard to predict anything with the Chicago Bulls team. You can see the people who say, hey, the Chicago Bulls are going to be a first-round exit. They're going to lose every game for the rest of the season. You can understand that. I know it sucks, and I know, some of us are Bulls fans that try to be more objective in the way that we review and talk about the team, and even taking the objectivity out the way, even some of our fans who try to look more towards the good side of things, when maybe you can say that this team hasn't earned that from us. All that can be said, right? And it's going to be difficult. It's going to, I said it, and I'm laying down the challenge. I'm going to say here, like I said it on Locked On Bulls, there's no way that the Bulls lead this game from start to finish. If the Bulls lead this game from start to finish, I'm going to buy an Alfonso McKinney jersey. And you guys here, especially more than anywhere, know how I hate Alfonso McKinney. But with all that being said, all jokes aside, what do we see from this team? Does the shooting come back around? The Bulls going from first in the league in three-point shooting percentage to 24th in the league in three-point shooting percentage has a very big part of why this team is currently sitting where they're sitting, being inconsistent, things like that. I know injuries. Alex Caruso still hobbled. Alonzo Ball is still out. I know all these things. Patrick Williams is still coming around. Who starts? Does Patrick Williams start tonight? There are so many questions that are remaining that we may just not get the answers to by the end of the season. Definitely not the regular season, and even by the playoffs on what this team is going to do. We may not get the answers. We may not see the type of play that we want very well until next season. And that sucks. That sucks. It's being realistic. And the funny thing that I say, and I can say here that I probably wouldn't say on any other platform, is that Bulls fans are so funny and fickle, right? Because when I was objectively talking about the things that the Bulls were doing that was going to lead them to losing against better teams when they were winning, everybody's like, oh, whether the Bulls win or not. Like, everybody wants to be in the moment and not take a look at everything. The Bulls, a lot of the things that the Bulls are doing now as far as trends, yes, they're different to a degree with who's out, who's in, but a lot of these things have been rearing their ugly heads all season. And a lot of us, and I'm saying us as a fan base, were so caught up in the win, so caught up in the hype, so caught up in everything else that we did not stop and look at what this Bulls team is or isn't doing and how that was going to hurt the Bulls in the playoffs against better competition. A lot of us lost that. And so some of us, like me, for example, are not as surprised that some of the things have gone left. Now, I am surprised at how far the drop has come, but not surprised by how some of the things have went that have contributed to our losses, because they were always there a little bit, always there to some degree, even when we were on our winning streaks, even when we were at the top of the East. Those things were there. The ISO ball. Bulls fans now just, the ISO ball has been a very big topic of discussion all season, even when we were winning. And the thing is, players also need to move without the ball. At the end of the day, it's two things that are happening. I don't want to hear nothing about, well, they would move without the ball if they were. I don't give a damn about none of that. This team needs to come in, locked in, and play. That's what needs to happen. If Billy Donovan isn't getting them correct, he's fucking up too. At the end of the day, this Bulls team is not meeting even the expectations that some of us moderately had. Now, if you're talking about overall wins, yes, right? I think I said before, 45 wins for the team. The team is above 45 wins. They're above what I expected. So I should be one of the people saying, hey, they hit my expectations. But with that being said, the way that they've gotten there, right? The way that they've been playing lately is not up to many people's expectations. It's not up to the players' expectations either, if they're being honest. The franchise, and AK and Eversley been fairly quiet here, and they should be. Evaluate. Keep your head down. Focus on how you're going to improve the team. Let's see what acquisitions we make, don't make, whatever else going into the offseason. But as we look, these final 4 games of the NBA season, what can the Bulls still show, right? And again, not taking away from anybody who says they want to see this team get the wins over Boston, over Milwaukee, over Charlotte, over Minnesota, right? It'd be great if the Bulls run the table. It's not going to happen. But if the Bulls run the table, that would go a long way for a lot of people's pessimism. Is that realistic to happen? No, it's not. It's not realistic that it's going to happen. But the effort is something that they can control. And that's what I want to see this team get back to. That's what sucks about this team. Again, I said before, questioning the heart of this team has been the most difficult thing for me over the course of the season, more than any losing streaks or anything else. Now, am I back to completely questioning the heart? No. I think over the last 4 to 5 games, even though the wins haven't quite been the number that I would have hoped that they've been, the Bulls have shown that they're coming back and getting back into that heart that we want to see, that we hope that this team desires and shares our frustrations with the way they've been losing. Can the Bulls come in against Milwaukee, do anything, do the unexpected by so many Bulls fans, and steal a game from the Milwaukee Bucks? Giannis is questionable. Zach LaVine is going to play. I think he's listed as probable. I think Giannis is listed as probable too, so let me correct myself there. What will happen in this game? We don't know. We don't know until we see. So Bulls fans, as we gear up to face one of the top teams in not only the East, but the NBA, a team that we own that only really has 3 more wins than what we do. Can the Bulls give us something that we need and desire and deserve to see from this team in this game? I said it. A lot of Bulls fans are going to say no. A lot of Bulls fans are going to say, hell no, right? And that's understandable. This Bulls team, the season has been so up and down for so many of us. The roller coaster of emotions, the roller coaster of injuries, everything that we've dealt with as Bulls fans and as the team has been dealing with as well, with the ups and downs, with the uncertainty, with the lack of coaching adjustments that we've all talked about at some point. What is this team going to show us tonight? That's what it all boils down to. Hey, when people show you who they are, you believe them. When teams show you who you are, you believe them. Now, we've seen 2 very different versions of this team. So which side are we to believe? That remains to be seen, and how this season ends and what this season is going to do, what this team is going to do, how they can come back. Woo! These 4 games, it's going to be difficult. It's going to be hard. It's going to be frustrating. But as a fan base, we got to ask ourselves, no matter how this season ends, what's the lasting impression? What's the lasting feeling we're going to get from this team? Is it going to be disappointment? Is it going to be optimism for what they can build in the future? What is going to be what we leave off with for this team? We need to see it. DeMar DeRozan, who was once in MVP conversation at some point, has completely faded from that, rightfully so. The season has still been special for him. What happens? The Bulls can clinch their first playoff berth for sure with either a Bulls win or a Cavs loss tonight. The first one since 2017. I need it. I know you guys need it too. I know this franchise needs it. I know the players need it. I know the coach. I know the front office. Everybody needs this. And it sucks if it will come. Well, I mean, I say it sucks. Hopefully it can come with the Bulls getting a win rather than just because the Cavs can't win. But we'll see. There's a lot to be shown, a lot to be seen. And that's really it. That's all I got for you guys. Unless any other news breaks tonight, that's where we're going to leave it at today. It's game day, so we got our live streams today. We got the pregame, halftime hangout, and post games. I finally said them all at the same time. But let's see what the Chicago Bulls give us tonight against the Milwaukee Bucks. Win or lose. Let's see what they give us. Make sure you follow the podcast at Bull Central Pod. You can send us any feedback, questions, comments, concerns, bullcentralpod@gmail.com. You can also leave a text or a voicemail at 773-270-2799. We are Chicago Bulls Central, number one place for all Chicago Bulls news and content and the voice of the fans. See red, don't be red. Love you guys. Go Bulls. Peace.